Well, hello and welcome, everyone. It is Thursday, February the 11th,
I just
2021.
want to edge the mic a little bit.
And this is episode number 40 of the podcast. Number 40. I can't believe it. So I am Jen, and this is my son, Dan.
Sorry, I just noticed what you were holding. I thought, alright, so for full reference, she was writing stuff down earlier on a printed sheet of paper. I thought it was something, because it looked like a school form, so I'm like, oh, she's just finishing something up for Paul. No, that's a script. Holy hell, okay.
Yes.
Welcome to the podcast, yeah!
All right. And it's so interesting that it is podcast number 40. And that it is not only Valentine's weekend coming up, but it's also Mardi Gras coming up on Tuesday, which I forgot to look up again, but I believe that Mardi Gras is celebrated for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
I think something like that. So
before we go any further, what are you drinking, mother?
No, that's not the part yet. We're not there
well,
yet.
I wanted to. Okay.
We're not there yet. So
constructions are in.
So
inquiring.
we have something special for Mardi Gras tonight. We also have, and all we could do was throw on our New Year's hats because we did not get out to the store to get beads and all that fun stuff. So next year we'll try to do it up a little more. Anyway,
but more importantly,
so
you guys need to subscribe.
We're not there yet.
I want to do things a little.
So tonight's topic, real quick, is going to be, at least the main topic will be the 7 new rides at Disney that we got to experience on our trip. So
I must stress main topic because you guys know I'll veer off topic so many times.
Yes, absolutely. But first, if you are not subscribed, please do that and set your notifications to all so you are notified when we upload new content and when we go live. Super important.
And make sure you comment about what's in your cup.
We're not there yet. Would you stop it?
I cannot.
All right, so
I have no limits.
Since Dan can't wait first, I want to show them the king cake that we made real quick.
Fine.
Okay, and then we'll go to what's in your cup, the segment, what's in your cup.
Segment.
Dan loves the what's in your cup segment, but we're going to get to that.
What's in your cup? Come on down, Janet.
You know, what's in your cup / what are you drinking? But anyway, we're going to get to that. I am going to go grab it. I'm going to go grab it. And if you want to maybe...
Yeah, I'll vamp for a little bit. So.
Well, and you may need to slide the mic and stuff.
The only thing I'll be sliding is my power wheel to maximum. Because I am unbeatable. I have no limits to my power.
Here we come.
And oh my god, that's a cake. Alright, I'll slide the mic.
Okay, so we're going to have to tip this.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
So that is the king cake we made. We made it out of cinnamon rolls.
Oh, you decorated that pretty nicely.
Yes, and we got the traditional Mardi Gras colors on there. And Dan, would you like a slice now?
I want purple. That's my brand.
So you want some now?
Yeah, I want purple. Okay. That's my brand. No one else is allowed to have purple. It's my brand.
Well, too bad.
My entire brand is just a color. Also, thanks for not tipping the mic up high, or camera up high enough. My head was cut off, and okay. You know, I was losing blood by ounces of blood by the second. My head was gone. I'm just like, we're late. Can we talk about why we're late? Because we're late. There's a cake being made. I blame her. We're late.
You always blame me.
Yeah, I have every right. Wait, hold on. I gotta give the viewers a hat. You're wearing red, so they can't blue. Oh, there you go. There you go, guys. That's really. I'm leaving that when you see the camera. We're leaving this. See, now you guys have a hat. You guys are festive with us. Man, I just make all kinds of traditions. We should have had that set up beforehand so that it wasn't so last second and kind of scuffed, but all that's worse. I almost had it fit there. You know, that's good enough. It was
Okay.
It was better before I moved it.
All right, guys. So, well, isn't that cute? But it's a little distracting.
It's a little distracting, but it's also festive. I had it
right.
a second ago. I did have it to where less was
I
showing.
need
Oh, that's better. That's more out of the way. All right. I need a fork. Why would you bring this to me without a fork?
I'm eating mine with my fingers.
You're an animal.
You want a fork for real?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm not an animal.
Keep the change, you stinking animal.
You filthy animal.
Yeah, but stinking's more fun.
No, get the line right or don't say it.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Okay, here you go.
Oh
Okay, so.
wow, I was expecting plastic. I just got hit with metal.
Well, that's what. Okay, so now that we are done. Okay, this is distracting. I'm sorry, viewers. I cannot give you your hat. Like
What? Man,
it's too
she
distracting.
is robbing you of your...
It's too distracting. It's not as distracting there. So, happy Thursday. Happy Mardi Gras.
Oh,
happy almost weekend. Dan, stop playing with the hat and the camera.
No, hold on. It's almost there.
No, it's
All
distracting
right, look,
and
there's
terrible.
a little bit of blue now. There's just a little bit of blue.
Yeah, but that's distracting. Okay.
Man, you're the worst.
Anyway, we have come to the segment because I don't think we have any other major announcements right now. No other housekeeping other than make sure you subscribe. Sorry for all of the kind of sort of chaos. So we are now to everyone's favorite segment, especially Dan's. What's in your cup? Or what are you drinking? So Dan, what are you drinking?
You go first.
I have to go first?
Yeah.
Well, I think they know
You
what's
stole
in
my segment
my
from me.
cup. And I forgot to get out my new Animal Kingdom mug. I have two. So the one you guys saw last week was the first one. I forgot to get out the other one. So this one's just a standard mug. We could also do, and what are you drinking it out of? Just a standard mug. This used to be my mom's.
No, because I always have a can. That's just you showing off a cup once a week.
Well, but anyway, there's coffee. There is coffee in my cup to go with my king cake. What do you have, Dan?
I have the drink. The drink of kings. It's called Game Fuel and it's cherry flavored. And oh my god, the can is revolutionary because you can reseal it. Please sponsor me. I drink too much of your product and you're going to give me... I'm not going to say that because if I give you any kind of net... I love you. Give me money.
Okay. So, let us know in the comments. What are you drinking tonight while you're watching the podcast? Or today if you're watching this the next morning or if you're watching it on Saturday.
If you were here last week, I was drinking air.
Are you drinking anything? What are you drinking? What are you snacking on? Because we all know that snacks are important. And typically I only show up for the snacks. So, anyway.
So this truly is my podcast then. Well, I feel robbed.
Okay, so. I will be eating my other piece of king cake through this. Full disclosure. We did not put a baby in the cake.
I still hate that you keep saying that.
Well, because you're supposed to put...
Without any context for me, it's just, oh yeah,
Okay.
let's go down to the orphanage and just put a small child.
Okay, so here's the thing. With a king cake, you were supposed to put a little baby Jesus somewhere and bake it in the cake. And whoever gets the slice with the baby in it, there's two things that I've read. You either have good luck for the rest of the year. Or you have to provide the king cake for the next event.
Oh, so either you have good luck or you're just a slave. Either way, it sucks. I'm getting nothing out of biting into a small child.
I think it's cool. But anyway.
More importantly.
So here we go. Now I have to get to my notes. This is the script Dan was talking about. Now to my notes. So,
I'm going to be doing things, just ignore me.
Okay, so the 7 new rides, and these were 7 new rides to us. A lot of these had already opened, but we did not have the opportunity to ride them. And the last time we were there before this time was 2018. So the 7 rides are Flight of Passage, Navi River Journey, both in Animal Kingdom. Now, Pandora opened in 2017, but when we had gone in 2018, we were a little short on time, so we didn't even venture into Pandora at all. And that was probably a good thing because it was super duper busy. It was still the most popular thing.
Do yourself a favor and just go over the last couple seconds one more time. We definitely hit a lag spike. Apparently, that mode takes a little bit of toll on the computer. So just
okay.
So the last couple seconds.
Okay, so it's possible you did not hear that. These 7 rides, the 7 new rides that we were able to do, they were, I think everything are the newest, 7 newest rides. So over in Animal Kingdom, Pandora opened up in 2017. We were not able to go in 2018 when we went. We were short on time, so we had to kind of skip Pandora. And the 2 rides there are Flight of Passage and Navi River Journey. So there's 2. Then everything else is over at Hollywood Studios. So the other 5 rides are in Hollywood Studios. Toy Story Land also opened before we were there in 2018. So it did open in 2018, but the lines were really long for Slinky Dog Dash and Alien Swirling Saucers. So we did Toy Story Mania and basically left that area. And never got back to it. We wanted to, but it just didn't work out because we had dining reservations and stuff. So we also got to do those on this trip for the very first time. Both in Toy Story Land. Galaxy's Edge, brand new last year. So we obviously couldn't go in 2018. So you've got Rise of the Resistance and you have got Smugglers Run. Both in Galaxy's Edge. Then you've got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is also in Hollywood Studios. It's in the Chinese theater where the Great Movie Ride used to be. So that really doesn't have a land of its own. It's sort of like a standalone, whereas all the other lands have 2 rides that are new. So very cool. We're going to talk about each of these and then kind of discuss what our favorites are.
All right. Well, I think the obvious option here is to start with the Animal Kingdom ones since they have the least in that park.
Okay.
And everything else is in MGM. So.
And here's the thing, or Disney's Hollywood Studios, as it is known now. You did not go on Alien Swirling Saucers,
Correct.
did you? So I was the only one that went on that. So I'll be able to talk about that. Dan didn't go on that. So he only went on 6. I went on all 7.
And if you guys haven't seen it, before we even get to it, we do have the reaction video for Jedi something.
No, Rise of the Resistance.
For that one. And if you don't go watch that, you need to watch that and then come back.
Can I speak? So Rise of the Resistance has its own video on our channel. If you haven't seen that, you can just, and you're having a hard time finding it, just hit in the search Rise of the Resistance. It'll pop right up. Very good video. And then our Hollywood Studios video has Smugglers Run and Alien Swirling Saucers and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And it's got some clips of Slinky Dog Dash, but not us on it. The other ones are us on it. And that's in the Hollywood Studios video that was put up with the Rise of the Resistance video. But they are 2 separate videos. So you might want to go check those out so you can check out what we're talking about. And anyway, so
full disclosure, I believe you meant the channel search, correct?
Did I? What did I say?
You just said search.
Yeah, on the channel, yeah.
Just to clarify, because when you say that, didn't.
Yeah, I will be putting together a playlist of. In fact, I did start a playlist of our. It says Disney Trip 2021, but I don't think I don't think the newest videos have made it into that playlist yet. So,
Hopefully use
yeah.
those tags to the maximum.
Oh, I was tagging, absolutely. But I did.
I was hashtagging, as you kids say.
Yeah, right. But but yeah, so I did make a playlist so that at least later they'll be super easy to find. I just don't remember if I put the last 2 in the playlist yet. So if it's not there, just search it on our channel.
Just out of curiosity, you do know when you're uploading, you can hit add to playlist from the upload screen.
Yeah, I understand. And it'll still go into upload as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll go to both places. I get that, but a lot of times I just forget, and because
Gotcha.
And because sometimes Filmora is a little temperamental, I want to try to hit upload as fast as possible.
She knows.
What? Miku's down there?
She's on my foot. That's the only reason I knew she was there. She laid down and flopped onto my foot.
She's so funny. Okay, so Dan, how about if you start off by talking about, you said you wanted to start with Animal Kingdom, which I'm totally fine with.
Yeah.
Okay, so start with Animal Kingdom, and your choice, talk about Flight of Passage or Navi River Journey. Now, I would talk about them in the order that we did them.
I would just talk about whatever we feel like, but
Okay.
I still think Navi should go first.
Okay, now, and also explain what the ride is for those people that may not know.
Navi, whatever.
River Journey.
River Journey, yeah, it's a boat ride where you soak in the scenery of Avatar Land and just about nothing else happens, which is fine. That's not a knock.
That animatronic at the end.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, as far as, like, nothing, like, actively happens. It's just a ride.
Yeah, it's supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah,
But talk about the animatronic a little bit.
I mean, it was an awesome animatronic. It was very fluid. It was good. Like, there's not much to say, honestly. It was a really good animatronic.
The shaman is at the end. It's the shaman.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you wanted me to do.
Yeah, and it's the motions of these arms, and like the avatars are very they're long. They're very long, very tall, so their limbs are super long.
Yeah. They're very tall.
So like even their limbs and
to be fair, I don't even think that was technically life size.
Yes, it was. Mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell when they're sitting, but because they are literally like 10 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. But if you look when she's sitting, her arm length is super long.
Oh yeah.
And her knees are up pretty high. Yeah, no, it was definitely just scale.
But I absolutely think that the Frozen animatronic still beats that. I don't know. Something about the Elsa animatronic at the end of whatever that's called is so good. I'm always going to call it Maelstrom. I don't care. All
right. But we're not talking about that. All right, so move on to... All right, so what did you think of it?
Honestly, had we not had that first, like, minute little issue, I would have been down to do it again, but honestly, I don't need to. It's a fun little, like, you didn't want... It's one of those things you do it once, you don't really need to do it again. At least for me.
It's just a relaxing...
Yeah, it is relaxing.
It's just a relaxing little boat ride. Like the scenery is absolutely beautiful.
Like, if my feet were, like, killing me, I'm like, yeah, I'll just stay in line for this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind at that point. But it's not something... Like, yeah, the scenery is really, really pretty. I will say, okay, there were a couple scenes that I definitely got dinosaur vibes from. So I wonder if they took any inspiration from that. Because I forget what it was, but it's like some of the scenes where I don't even remember what they're called, but some of the creatures were like lurking. I got like real dinosaur vibes from that.
I liked all of the creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
It was nice. It's a nice little boat ride, but it's just a boat ride with beautiful, beautiful scenery.
It is gorgeous.
So it's also like a really good ride. See, what I love about Disney is that they have something for everyone. You've got your slower little boat rides. You've got some dark rides. You got a couple of thrills. And then...
Yeah, I wish they'd add like one... I think they should add like 3 more thrill rides similar to Rock and Roller Coaster. one for each park.
Well, we're getting one, and we're getting two because we're getting Tron
Is
in
that
Magic
gonna be
Kingdom.
a thrill ride?
Yeah.
I was unaware of this.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
you'll basically be sitting on a cycle.
Miku,
And
are you okay?
what is she dreaming
Yeah, I guess so.
or hiccuping?
Or both. She's asleep. She does this, but I've never seen it to this extent.
Wow.
Yeah. She's barking in her sleep.
Meek.
Don't wake her up. Anyway, so
She's making me feel bad though, like she's trying to get to something and she can't get to it.
what's really funny though is I'm gonna veer off for just a second here.
Mm-hmm.
But Disney just made, speaking of Tron, they just made another thing with Fortnite, which is a bunch of Tron skins. So.
Okay, and then the other ride that's coming is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind in
that's a
Epcot.
thrill.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going to be a launch coaster, and it's going to reportedly, this is what I keep hearing, that it's a backwards launch.
What is it called again?
Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
You know, I would not have thought about that as hard had you told me this like pre-Infinity War, but I wonder if that's got some implications as to what they plan on doing with the MCU in general. Because that actually sounds...
I have no idea.
That's really interesting to me.
So...
I want to do that ride regardless just because it's Guardians themed. That's one of the funniest franchises. Have you watched the Guardians movies?
I know I watched the first. I think I watched the second, or I fell asleep during the second.
Okay.
I
Did you like the first?
I did.
Okay.
Rocket's adorable.
Yeah.
I love Rocket.
Don't call me cute. I'm not cute.
Yeah, but I like him. He's so adorable.
I will shoot you. In the second one, he stole somebody's eye.
And of course, I love Groot.
No, yeah.
And little baby Groot.
By the way, I still find this to be fascinating.
I am Groot.
Do you know who they got to act the older version of Groot?
Mm-mm.
Vin Diesel. They could have gotten anybody to not show their face and say 3 words on repeat, and they chose this the most expensive person humanly possible.
Okay, whatever. But we need to continue with our list. So stop digressing.
We have time.
I still want to continue with our list.
Okay, but
doesn't matter.
We have time.
Okay, so basically we both feel the same way about
which I did not expect.
Na'vi River Journey. It's absolutely beautiful. But I would not pick it as my favorite ride from Pandora.
Oh, well,
and Dan.
There's only 2 rides in Pandora, so that's like a dead giveaway. But yeah, I don't know the names of any of these.
Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage, which is really funny because I had these down when we were there, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know any of this.
Yeah, so Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage. I mean, we've talked about this before. There are no words to describe that ride. Breathtaking? I don't know. Like, Rachel said best. I can't.
It was absolutely breathtaking. So, Flight of Passage is basically Soarin', which is a ride over at Epcot.
I wouldn't compare it to Soarin', honestly.
Well, but it's the only thing. It is the only thing to compare it to.
Yes.
So, it is like Soarin' on steroids. Or crack or something. Like, it's crazy.
The one thing I have to say is, if you don't like Soarin', you will like this. Well,
yeah, if you like Soarin', you should love this. And if you don't like Soarin', you might like this. It's different.
I absolutely hate Soarin'. So, to me, it's unfair to compare that ride to Soarin'. For people who don't like it. Because I feel like that would shy people away that don't like it.
But it's
accurate. I don't like. I'm not.
Yeah.
The main difference being that one, you're kind of in a seat on the ground the whole time, versus being risen.
Well, we are already in the air. We went up to the third. We were at the third. There's like 3 or maybe
I
4
think it's
levels. But I think, yeah. And so we were up, and I mean, but you don't know it because you're in this room and you get on the back of a Banshee.
But
so
it's not like the floor drops out.
Right. No,
That's
it's
the
kind
thing.
of like a motorcycle kind of thing. And then the screen in front of you lights, and it's 3D. So the screen in front of you starts, and you are flying on this Banshee,
Well, it's not...
and it is amazing.
Well,
It's absolutely amazing. It is, graphic speaking and all of that. It's got Soarin' way beat.
I don't even know how to say it because it's not truly 3D. Let's be honest here. It's not like, stuff flying at you 3D. However, it is technically 4D.
It is technically 4. Yeah, it is. You're right.
Because you have water spraying in your face and all, which, by the way, the effects are so freaking cool. As soon as the first time I saw the water show up, I'm like, I wonder if... And I'm like, oh, okay. I got my answer.
Yeah.
I honestly, the way, if you had to imagine it from the screen's perspective, as far as the setup, I'd kind of imagine like a Top Golf layer system.
Yes.
And you're just sitting on a chair.
And how many people were
it's like
across? Were there like 8?
Well, no. So it's 3 rows of 8 separated by walls.
Or was it more than that, though?
It's 3 sections of 8.
Okay, yeah, I didn't pay super close attention.
It's really weird, but there's basically 2 dividers between 3 sets, and I think it's about 8 chairs a set or something of that nature. And then it's stacked.
Or maybe even 6.
And then
but there were 4 of us.
Yeah. And it's stacked 3 or 4 tiers high.
Yeah.
And we were on the 3rd tier. Actually, yeah, it's 4. It is 4.
There was a level above us?
Yeah, it's either 1 below us, or 1 above us, or 3 below us.
Okay.
But I remember the 4 line setup.
Right. Well, and because when we were coming down the stair, I thought, were we this high up? Like, we just kept going downstairs after we were done. I'm like, wow, okay. They had me fooled on that.
But yeah, you don't notice the height because you're always on the ground. So don't, like, if you have a thing with heights, you'll love this.
Yeah,
because you get that thrill without being with the height. And now, if you have a thing with motion sickness, don't. I would advise against it.
I would say
try it.
I would say that you could. There's 1, maybe 2 spots where it was like, oh, and then it. But if you just,
it depends on how bad you are.
Yeah, I mean, if you just breathe, or you know what, take a Dramamine or a chewable bonine before you go on, like 30 minutes before you get on, something like that. Do that if you're nervous about the motion, because I get motion sick pretty easily. I was fine, but we had also just eaten about maybe an hour before that.
Now,
so I was totally fine. Now there was one point where I was like, oh my gosh, that did not feel good, but then it passed immediately.
I don't know if you heard me like almost screaming like half the time, like, oh my god, this is great.
Yes,
like,
I did.
Yeah, that was there were so many good like, I can't even call them scenes.
Yeah.
But so many
but
good
it was
shots.
Flight of Passage was a huge winner, not taking anything away from Navi River Journey. It was beautiful.
I'm taking away from Navi, like that's completely garbage compared to this.
Well, and you can't really compare them.
I know, you can't compare them. But,
so, those
so
are...
Those are the only two in
the Animal Kingdom.
Oh,
and
I know we're not talking about food, but I want burger pods.
Okay, well, should we move on to Mickey and Minnie's? Should Toy Story
Land?
Yeah, or
Mickey, Minnie, Toy Story Land, and then
Galaxy's Edge. Okay, so you guys are gonna have to wait a little bit more for the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I want that at the end.
So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. What I would like to hear. You know what? First of all, I will explain what it is, and then, or should I have you tell me what you thought going in versus what you thought coming out first, and then I explain what it was?
All right. Well, we'll do a mix of kind of everything you just said there. I'll explain what I thought going in. You'll say what it is, and then I'll going out.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I went in wanting to hate this so much because it took my ride away from me.
It takes the place of the Great Movie Ride,
Which is bull.
which was great, but it needed something, and they also the contract ran out with who did they have the darn contract with? I can't remember now. It just went out of my head that fast.
It went out with humans anyway, but
anyway, yeah, a contract ended.
I wanted to hate that ride so much. I still want to hate you. You took my ride from me. Okay,
so should I explain what it is? Okay, so Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is basically when there is a pre-show, you walk in and there's like a little cartoon up there, and Goofy is going to take everybody for a ride around. Well, Mickey and Minnie are getting ready to go on a picnic in the park, and Goofy wants to bring us along and take us on a train ride through the park. Well, so I forget, something happens, whatever, anyway, the pre-show isn't there. Okay, so we're getting on this train with Goofy, and we start going through, and Mickey and Minnie show up in their car, and they're saying hello to everybody, and all of a sudden Goofy hits a switch, and everything, either that or Mickey and Minnie does, somebody hits a switch.
Mickey hits.
Yeah, somebody hits a switch, and all the cars start separating and going all wacky ways. It is a trackless ride system, and
which is really impressive.
My first time on a trackless ride system and it was really amazing. And there were scenes to it. It uses projection mapping and just all kinds of other effects and stuff. There's a ton of wind, and it was just really good. Not only was it very, very cute, but it was good.
Now, to be clear, You did
not wash off. Hold on one second. You didn't wash off that
I haven't had a chance to.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me.
Anyway, for complete context here, I didn't know anything about the ride going into it, so I wasn't privy to what was going on or anything. Yeah, that some of the stuff going on in that ride.
We can't hear you if you're talking at the table.
Some of the stuff going on in that ride is so impressive. So impressive.
So in the end, your thought was?
I hated it even more because I enjoyed it. No, it's a fun little ride. There were a couple. The windy bit was that was a
the
little
tornado.
Much. Yeah,
I loved it.
It was fun, but that was a lot of wind. That was a lot of wind.
Fun fact, in the carnival scene area, and if you see the vlog, in that area, you'll see next to Donald, as I'm filming, there is a sign to the left of Donald that says the Great Moving Ride. And that is a direct nod to the Great Movie Ride. I did catch that in the video, and I even said out loud the Great Moving Ride. So, because I wanted you guys to catch that. But I love that. I thought that was a cool nod. Very cool.
I don't like this ride.
So that's by itself. Why don't we do this? I have an idea. Should we start? Maybe we should do it right now.
I don't like what's happening.
Okay, Navi River Journey. Give it a grade.
Out of 10?
A, B, C, D, E, F.
I don't know.
Or A, B, C, D, F, whatever.
I guess I'd give that an F.
You would give it an F?
I mean, if we're doing like a tier system, yeah.
Okay, so Dan gives it, I'm going to do D and J. You're giving it an F.
Are we doing a standalone grade or a tier system where we kind of rank it amongst everything?
Rank it against itself.
So a standalone grade.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a D then.
Okay, so you're giving it a D. I'm giving it a solid C. So I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite C worthy.
I do.
Well, I guess you can put D plus because there are pluses and minuses.
Okay, well we'll go through that. So, Flight of Passage, what do you give it?
A plus all the way. That's just an experience.
Me too. That's easy. And Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
B minus. I'm still kind of ranking these against each other, I guess.
I'm not. It gets an A.
I'm not entirely, but it definitely influences.
I rode Mickey and Minnie's 3 times. So that's how amazing it was. It was so much fun.
It's hard for me not to have the other rides in mind when I'm doing this.
You have to grade it just, based on the graphics, based on grade it against itself.
Yeah, I can do that, but it's not as fun.
Okay, so we're going to Toy Story?
Yeah.
Story, I can't even think. Okay, so Slinky Dog Dash. Slinky Dog Dash is a adorable family coaster. There's no huge drops or anything. It is a launch coaster and it has 2 launches. So that sucker launches out, it goes around, it does a couple of hills, and then it stops. And it launches again, and you go up, and then there's the little bunny hills, and it's such a fun coaster. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's Slinky Dog. You're sitting in Slinky Dog. I mean, come on.
Canonically, it's not actually.
Okay,
Slinky.
So what do you say?
C.
You're giving Slinky Dog
C.
a C. I'm
doing
Slinky
these against
Dog,
each other.
I'm not. Well, I have to give Slinky Dog. I'm also going to give it a C. Because it's great. Don't get me wrong. I think every single one of these rides is fantastic. But I have to give it a C just because I don't know that I'd wait more than 20 minutes for it again, unless we were with somebody new, or it was hey, we got to get on it because we just want to get the picture, or I don't know. I feel that it's worthy of a C. Now, we did only ride it during the day. At night, that might change my vote to more of a B. But I'm going with C. We're both going with C. So, Alien Swirling Saucers, you did not get to do, but I did. I thought...
I will say, just from the, one thing I know about it, I would put it above Slinky Dog, just going off knowledge.
Well, because you did get to see it.
Vaguely.
But vaguely. if you want to rate it, I'll rate it. You want me to put a rating down for you, even though you didn't ride it?
Yeah, I'd put it between Slinky Dog and whatever I put above that. I put something at B minus. Mickey and Minnie's. I'd put it between those two. A solid C plus.
Okay, so C plus. Okay, so Alien Swirling Saucers is a whip ride, very classic whip ride. It was so much fun. I don't think I've ever been on a whip ride before. And it was a blast. It was so much fun. The music in there was cute. And it was so much fun. I laughed so hard. And that is one that I would ride 3 or 4 times in a row without a problem.
Real fast. Don't let me forget, at the end of this, I do have an announcement that I forgot to make at the beginning.
Okay, I'm dumb. You're going to have to start remembering stuff. So... believe it or not, I am giving Alien Swirling Saucers a higher grade than Slinky Dog Dash. I gotta give it a B because
I think that's
I've got to. It was so good. It was so good. Okay, so we are off to Galaxy's Edge. Which one do you want to talk about first?
You know what? We did an Navi boat ride for Animal Kingdom first, so we'll do the
Rise of the Resistance?
Yeah. I like how you figured that one out that quickly. Yeah, we'll do Rise. Oh, okay, I guess I'm going first. That's really hard. I mean, I'll...
No, talk about the ride first. Forget about the rating.
No. There's a video for them to see the ride. You guys want to know what the ride is, you gotta watch the video.
Yeah, the ride is basically, Rise of the Resistance is basically a full experience. It will take you anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. I think some people clocked it at like 17 minutes once you begin the actual experience. So it's great because you go into one pre-show, then you're released from that and you go into another pre-show. Then you're released from that and you go into like what feels like 3 pre-shows. Then you go onto the actual ride itself. And the thing is amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch some videos. Go watch our video of it. What am I talking about? I'm not sending you to other people to watch that video. Go watch our video. It's very cool. I would say that can I just say whoever you're texting with right now?
Sorry, it's my financial advisor.
Okay,
right?
well, can I just tell you, this is so rude of you to be doing this during the podcast.
It's not my fault. It's my financial advisor. This is business.
Well, this is more important business because of my business. So anyway, Rise of the Resistance has like every, excuse me.
Mike Hogg.
You're not even talking. It has like every technology. It's just got everything. It's got everything, and they use it to the fullest. So you've got animatronics, you've got holograms, you've got screens that don't look like screens. They look like actual windows, and they look like there are actual spaceships outside. Like, it's crazy. They've got the music. They've got
the music is phenomenal.
You
don't, because we need it in one set place. You're gonna move it, and then it offsets all the audio.
Yeah, but it's completely offset here, and it's driving me insane. Then I have to turn this because it's.
Well, if you didn't move it to begin with,
because I need it in the middle, and it's not in the middle.
Don't move it to begin with, then. Anyway, so. Basically, yeah, the effects are incredible, and she keeps talking about it, even though we're gonna not get more views off this because you're being a butt.
Huh? What do you mean?
We need to milk the views. Send them to the video.
Well, us talking about it does not show them. And you know what? Anybody who's interested has already seen it, whether it's our channel or not.
Hey, maybe they don't know that we put the video out. It's possible that they didn't get the notification because they haven't rung that bell and hit all. And they certainly need to do that, because otherwise I will turn to the dark side and you will not like it.
Okay, well, by this point they've already
I will construct a Death Star.
Okay, so come on. Rise of the Resistance, what's your grade?
A+.
A+, and I am giving it an A.
Ooh, I rated higher than Mom on something.
So, Smugglers Run. So, Smugglers Run is, seriously, like, the interruptions are driving me insane.
That's not even texting. That's just my notifications.
I know, but your notifications are driving me insane.
Okay, that's not my fault.
Okay, so, Smugglers Run. Now, Smugglers Run is a simulated ride. But it's so much more than that. Like, you are in the Millennium Falcon. You are piloting the Millennium Falcon. So when you walk in, the corridors look like you're walking through this ship. And you even go into that area where Chewie and Han were playing, or was it Chewie and Luke?
No,
playing,
Chewie and Han and Chewie and Luke. There's a couple different
They were
scenes.
playing the chess, the whole let the Wookiee win. That table is there with that booth. And then you walk into the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and it's amazing. So there are 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers, right?
Yes.
So 6 people can ride it at a time. And you all have a job to do. You have buttons to push and all that. And, like, you're making the thing do everything that it's doing. And it was ridiculous.
It's not... So, what you should be saying is, it's literally just a simulator. That's all it is. Which is not to downplay. It's really freaking cool. would have been a lot more fun had we not wound up in the ground multiple times.
It was a lot of fun. It's in the Hollywood Studios vlog. The whole thing. Our reactions are hysterical. I don't know what I'm doing, but it was great.
Yeah. I knew what was happening. I was in the ground. It was hard. All I could do was go left and right. By the way, Disney, if you ever do something like that again, make the controls more diverse. You can't just give one pilot all the controls, because when she doesn't know what she's doing, you wind up in the ground.
Okay, well, the next time we go... Then...
You almost killed us all.
Okay, well, but wouldn't it be fun to get on that one time and just deliberately, like, kill us all and see what happens? Like...
Oh, wouldn't it be fun to just fly the Millennium Falcon into the side of a building? Yeah.
Well, I was hitting a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know it. I was there.
But anyway, the queue is amazing. The whole
queue
ride,
is really cool.
The whole
queue is
ride
really cool.
just blew my mind. It was awesome.
It's a lot of fun. I can't do that with certain people. I found out.
What did you?
Because that I really would just treat that like a game, and I would be one of the tryhards. And should anyone do what my mother does, I might have to pop their head like a grape.
Okay, so what grade do you give it?
Somewhere between A minus. You can determine for me.
Okay, so, I gave 2 rides an A+. Now, are we going to choose our favorite based on what we just graded here?
Well, that's why I was kind of doing it between them all, because I knew this was coming. I don't know. For me, it's definitely between the 2 Star Wars rides and Flight of Passage.
Okay.
Because the other ones were kind of whatever. They were...
So I used to say, before we went down there and rode these things, I used to say, just from watching the videos, Rise of the Resistance, best ride on property. I changed my mind. You guys are going to be surprised at what I say. And Rise of the Resistance, phenomenal. Do not get me wrong at all, because all of these, like my top 3 are Flight of Passage, Rise of the Resistance, and Smugglers Run. And they are all so close together. So just to give you an idea, I gave Flight of Passage an A+, I gave Smugglers Run an A+, and I gave Rise of the Resistance an A. And I think I only gave it an A because of the length, because it is so long. And when you've done it before and you're like, all I want to do is get on the vehicle and go do that again, I could see, I don't know.
curious which way you lean with this.
But don't get me wrong. Love it, love it, love it. I will do it every time I'm there.
Because there's one answer that if you give, and it's the one I think you'll wind up giving, I'll be highly upset with you. But let's... I'm curious. What are you saying here? What's your favorite amongst the 3?
Amongst those 3. Well,
I swear, if it's the answer, I think
it is a tie, but one of them has to eke out above, right? Because I have to choose one. So it's between Smugglers Run and Flight of Passage.
That already aggravates me, but I knew that's where this was going.
This is hard, because I have one complaint about Flight of Passage. And I have no complaints about Smugglers Run. So, hey, watch the mic, man.
Nope, I can't do this. I can't work under these conditions!
So where are you going?
I'm stretching.
Okay.
Otherwise I'm gonna punch a hole in it.
So am I still giving my thoughts then?
Yeah, I might punch a hole in a wall, but yeah.
Okay, so my issue with Flight of Passage is that it ended.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? You're the worst human being I've ever met.
Flight of Passage.
You suck.
Flight of Passage just ends. You land, and then the screen goes black. It's over.
No, it goes white.
And whatever. Yeah, like it just turns off, and you're like, what? What? Why?
You were teleported out. Did you have the explanation?
Yeah, no. I get that, but it just felt like, okay, you ended it. Why? Why there? Why did you do that? The other problem with Flight of Passage, the queue line, is the longest queue line I have ever seen in my life. There is a bathroom in the middle of it, for crying out loud. Okay. You know that's a long queue line.
All right.
You can't talk from over there.
No, I'm coming. Hold on. Hold on. All right. No.
And Smugglers Run, can I explain?
No.
So Smugglers Run was... It was one of those rides. I said at the end of both of them, I want to do it again. But Smugglers Run was the one that I tried to get back in line for. Whereas Flight of Passage, I was like, I don't want to make that long walk. Because it was literally like a 15-minute walk back there. It was crazy.
Oh, you're getting up now, girl? Okay, no, hold on, no. Normally, had I made the complaint of the queue line was really long, you tell me I can't hold that against the ride. You cannot hold that against the ride itself. 2, the fact that you're saying the only complaint you have is that it ended. Oh my god. And then 3, Smugglers Run, where you couldn't even experience the whole thing properly because we were inside of the ground? Are you kidding me? My blood is boiling. My blood is boiling right now.
But my
what are you
experience...
doing? You're not cat. You don't dig out the litter box. There is no litter box. That's carpet.
But my experience was that Smugglers Run was an absolute blast. It was so much fun. But do I think Smugglers Run is the best ride on property? Probably not.
I don't care. The fact that you just said any of what you just said blows my mind. And
but that's my opinion.
Your opinion is wrong.
No, it's not. It absolutely is not. And I told you that you were all going to be surprised at what my favorite was.
I wasn't surprised. I'm just furious.
Or should I say the one that I enjoyed the most? I don't know. I enjoyed them so much. I'm sure. So great.
I'm sure they're surprised. But as soon as you narrowed it down to 2, I knew it was going to be the one that ticked me off the most, and that beyond boils my blood.
Okay,
I am actually shaking.
Can you talk, please?
I'm talking right now.
About your favorites.
I think my favorite might have been Flight of Passage. Might have been, and that's pretty hard for me.
Well,
to say.
You gave 2 things an A+: Rise of the Resistance and Flight of Passage.
Yeah, it's probably gotta be Flight.
It was amazing. It was so amazing.
It's such a good ride. And also, something I wanted to mention, between all the rides we did, a couple stuck out, being Rise of the Resistance, the other Star Wars one, and Flight of Passage. Those 3, for whatever reason, kind of peak out above the others in general. Where, like, those are more experiences where the other rides are Disney ride. You expect that from Disney.
Right. So what I was going to say is they're also interactive.
Yes.
You know, you have that interactive portion to them. And
They're just not something that Disney has a ton of.
Well, and I think that we really like the interactive rides. I know I do.
Well, it definitely appeals to people because I'm upstairs most of the time streaming, gaming, that stuff I do already. So obviously that appeals to me.
Oh, I think I forgot to mention that Rise of the Resistance is also a trackless ride system like Mickey and Minnie's. And it blows my mind. It still blows my mind when I see them moving. It's crazy. But, yeah, I think because we love the interactive stuff. Like, I still love Toy Story Mania. I am still a freak about that ride.
No, something about that ride just burned me out.
I love
Buzz
it so
all
much.
Day, though. I can do Buzz all day.
Buzz is fun. Buzz is definitely fun.
I think that's more fun than Toy Story Mania.
I think I changed my opinion on that back and forth.
But also...
My shoulders really nodded.
Also, I hate everything you just said so much. I hate it. I can't get over that. You might have to get a new co-host. I'm warning you. One more hot take like that, and we're gonna have an issue. But yeah, that's bizarre to me.
Okay, so we are also doing a small vlog about like our king cake and stuff like that. You guys will see that. So I'm actually going to start recording now so that the oh my gosh, I was going to say the podcast, so that I'm going to start recording some behind the scenes for the vlog. Oh my gosh. So Dan just threatened to quit. We are currently doing the podcast, and Dan just threatened to quit as my co-host because I chose a different favorite ride than he did.
No. It's not because you picked a different favorite ride. It's because you picked the one that you did. You could have picked Mickey's and Minnie's. I would have disagreed with you immensely. But the fact that you picked the ride that you did, oh my God. Okay. That I
You might need to check out the podcast to find out what the story is there with that. So in fact, the podcast is still going on right now. But we're talking to you, and we're talking to you, and we're talking to everybody. And Dan, real quick, how was the king cake? Delicious.
Cinnamon bun.
Cinnamony. So here you go, guys. We are going to show you. There you go. There we are doing the podcast. Hello. Hello, vlog. You say hello to the vlog? I'm not sure if that's...
Hi,
I think I've got it.
Vlog.
All right. Not sure how that's going to turn out, but whatever. Okay, so...
I hate you.
Okay, I got to put that there because I forgot to put the tripod up so that I could have just, like, done the whole thing. I may still in a moment. So, is that... What announcement was it that you had?
Oh, yeah, so real fast, guys. In the... I want to say it's going to be next 3 weeks, somewhere within that time. Their channel, my channel, should be going into like full overdrive and actually have a schedule where it'll be every other week. I think we've decided on Mondays, but don't quote me on that quite yet. We're still ironing out the final few details, but it sounds like that should be a good upload schedule. Every other week on Mondays, probably around 5 p.m. But yeah, I wanted to throw that out there because my financial advisor is also my editing person. So yeah, that just to throw that out.
Okay, so that was it. So it wasn't even Spencer's Ventures stuff.
Oh no, not at all. I'm not.
Don't forget to tell us what you're drinking. What is in your cup?
What is in your cup?
What's in your cup?
Dude, I'd like to imagine Joker kind of. Let's put a smile in your cup.
So, I did not make these announcements earlier. So if you hung around here until the end, there are a lot more Disney vlogs coming up. I plan to do one set of Disney vlogs every weekend until the opening of Six Flags. So,
content.
In fact, you know what? Let's do this. Okay, do you want to hold this for me?
Oh yes, I have very long arms.
If you can,
hold on. All right, here
we go. We don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to look there.
Oh.
Okay, so this behind the scenes, guys. This is behind the scenes. This is what you've been waiting for.
Your hand.
So, real quick
for the podcast, you're just like, hello, over there, madame, over there.
Ouch. Okay, so, real quick, because they didn't see it. I'm sorry, because they didn't see it over there.
Yeah, somewhere over there, they're just kind of...
Oh my gosh. So, yes, there will be a set of Disney vlogs going out every weekend until the opening of Six Flags on March 27th.
March 27th, recorded.
So, yeah. And there's some weekends, in fact, this weekend I have a vlog that I forgot to get together and throw up. I was going to do it Monday or Tuesday, and I never did it. It's just a small one from Hollywood Studios. Yes. So that will go up along with our Epcot video. And then I'm going to put them up in the order that we went to places. So after Epcot will be Disney Springs. And we will have a resort and room tour, which will probably be one vlog. So there will be at least 2 or 3 separate vlogs, because I forget our Disney Springs. I forget if I did the dining vlog separate or not.
Real fast, it would have been great if
Can you fix that, please?
Oh, sorry.
Just leave your hand in one place.
I am. That's the thing. Hey, this is not my fault. You left me to do something.
Just leave it there.
That's what I've been doing. Anyway, it would have been great if you were talking to them and then cut over to them. So it was like... So guys, yeah, we'll have vlogs leading all the way up to the opening of Six Flags on March 27th.
Okay, great, but you need to frame that better.
Dude, I've had to reframe this like 3 times. I don't think you understand.
You need to tilt it.
My body doesn't work like that, mother. I'm not a
And
tripod.
These guys, look, everybody is getting
We're getting angles. On angles. On angles. On angles.
Everybody's getting behind the scenes here. To fix it, would you stop cutting me off?
Now you know how it feels, mother.
Oh my gosh, at least I know how to frame a shot. Oh my gosh.
I know how to frame a shot too. The issue is that I don't... Look, man, my arm is not meant to stay in one...
That's actually perfect. We're trying to end it, so if you would leave me alone, I could just...
This isn't my fault.
Next week's podcast, not 100% sure what the podcast will be about next week, but we will have 1 or 2 topics.
Hey, don't forget that I believe it's March, right? That we're doing the Dr. Seuss.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? It's March 2nd, 6th, something like that.
Something like that. You better have those dates memorized.
Okay,
you better memorize them all.
Yes, I believe. So that's like another month from now. But we'll figure it out. We will figure out what next week is. So you guys will just have to come back and see what it was that we decided to chat about, I guess. Dan has left the frame here, so...
I'm talking to the viewers, mother.
Okay, that is going to do it for another podcast. We hope that you've enjoyed it. Just a reminder, if you have not subscribed, please do that. And don't forget to set your notifications to all so that you are notified when we go live and when we upload new content. And we've got great new content coming out to you guys. And hopefully some fun stuff this year, depending on restrictions and money and all that stuff. So we will see you next week.